please look for my name, Ariel Policano, on YouTube, so you can join the live stream. And we have some events to be talking about soon, to be inviting you for Thanksgiving week. It's going to be really great fun. All right, so that's telling us we're on YouTube. We want to make sure we also record. All right, now we're caught up. A warm welcome to everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on this holiday week. We're going to have some great fun this week. I can't wait to get together with you for additional classes. It's going to be great fun. We have a fun presentation for you today, and we do this each and every week. My name is Ariel Policano. If you've never been here before, I am a naturopathic doctor, but I also teach and train about the genius, because the genius is really a gift of self-empowerment, allowing you to gain a new level of awareness. As we say, you can scan, discover, and relax. You can scan your voice and have it interpreted as a frequency. You then can discover by comparing your voice to all these other frequencies in the genius, and you learn about yourself, the world around you. And you also get to share this with other people. You could become a practitioner. You can begin to test and scan anybody that you want. One of the coolest things about the genius is that there's no limit to the amount of people that you could be scanning. Maybe you'll have a big get together and everybody gets a free scan, and you just have hundreds and hundreds of clients and so forth. It's really unlimited. It's limited by your own capacity, your own creativity, what you want to do, how you want to share this with the world. So scan, discover, relax. You then discover about yourself, then relax. Suggests that once you do the discovery process, you can put the frequencies into one of the trays to play the frequencies and train them and relax. Gain a new balance, a new harmony. It brings you into a state of coherence, which is the optimal functioning of your body, of your physiology. So scan, discover, relax with the genius. It's really a fun process that anybody can learn and get involved in. We're going to answer your questions today. We're going to test auras today. Today I'm going to be using the genius on my iPad Pro, so I'm going to be hopefully mirroring that to you so you can see that on my iPad Pro. We've also used it on the Mini. You can use it on any Android device. You can use it on any Apple device. If you have questions about devices and so forth, you certainly can ask that. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see what we've got in store here. All right, we've got a lot of events coming up for Black Friday. On Tuesday, we are going to be doing, tomorrow, we're going to be doing the Quantum Capsule Basics. So come and learn more about skills for utilizing your Quantum Capsule. How to export, how to name playlists, how to leverage it the best, how to do subscriptions. We're going to do all of that tomorrow at noon or 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern. You can go to geniusbiofeedback.com, go to our events calendar in order to register. Geniusbiofeedback.com, click on the events calendar and you can register for these classes. We don't have the Thanksgiving live stream set up yet, but we will have that soon. But you can register for the Quantum Capsule course. Then on Wednesday at the same time, 12 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern, we're going to be doing a remedy plate party. That is going to be so much fun. I'm going to show all of the remedy plates that we have, the triple layer plate, the sacred geometry plate, the boosted plate, and we're going to be playing with a lot of fun things to imprint. We have these cool Lakovsky, that is not showing very well, Lakovsky antenna, and these different sacred geometry pieces for imprinting. And we also have shungite, and we have some shungite powder products for you to imprint. And really, we want more people to participate. We also have patches where you can create patches for your clients. So we want more people to participate in that and hopefully have that as a side business or something that you offer to your clients. So we're going to be talking all about the remedy plates, how they're different. And then for Thanksgiving morning, probably 10 a.m., I'll catch you up on this. We're going to be doing a global healing. So as soon as I have the timing for that, we want to do it in the early part of the day so you can go enjoy Thanksgiving dinner with your family, have this maybe playing in the background while you're preparing and so forth. So we'll be doing a genius global healing on Thursday. So lots of exciting things. Now, let's see, for the Quantum Capsule, on the Quantum Capsule day on Tuesday, we're going to kick off the Quanta Capsule special pricing. If you remember back to 2019, if you're around at that time, we had amazing pricing on Quanta Capsules. We're going to be putting the clock back, all the way back. You know about inflation, how high it is. If you like Quanta Capsules, you are going to want to get Black Friday Quanta Capsule pricing. So you really want to pay attention to that. Be ready to take advantage of that. And we're going to launch all of that for you on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we'll have our Remedy Plate specials. We're going to have, I think I have it here. Let me just go ahead and see where we have this. I got them a little bit out of order. So this is the Quanta Capsule on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we're going to have that Remedy Plate party. This is one of our really cool Remedy Plates. And what I got I can see I got the days wrong here. Wednesday is not the 23rd. But anyway, we're going to have $25 to $100 off of the Remedy Plate. So please just go to our events calendar at geniusbiofeedback.com where you can find out the correct days on that. I'm really sorry, but I do have it correct. All right. And please go to geniusbiofeedback.com and become one of our affiliates at geniusbiofeedback.com. You do need to go to geniusbiofeedback.com. We're going to be doing a giveaway. So we're going to have a first, second, and third prize. We're going to be doing an iPad 9 giveaway for our top referrals during the holiday season. And we're going to be giving away an Android tablet 8-inch and an Android tablet 10-inch. These are really nice tablets. I've been playing around with them and checking them out. And so be sure to go to geniusbiofeedback.com, click on the affiliate link. It's actually on the Start Here menu, and you go to Share and Earn. Go to Start Here, go to Share and Earn on the Start Here menu at geniusbiofeedback.com. Okay, now one more thing that I got out of order here that I want to bring to your attention is the libraries will be, if you like libraries, then they're going to be at a 30% discount site-wide starting on Black Friday. So if you like libraries, you've been looking at the libraries, we recently reduced a lot of our pricing on the libraries. So if you've never looked or you haven't looked in a while at libraries, please look at them again. We've actually reduced them quite a bit. And on Black Friday, they're going to get reduced even more for the Black Friday special at 30%. Now, if you really like libraries and you want even more than that, you probably want to look at upgrading. So depending on what package you started with, there are going to be some really great deals on upgrades. When you upgrade to Elite, Master Elite, or Master Elite Plus, you get even more of a discount because you're buying the libraries all bundled. We have over 1,300 libraries, and if you want to I just want all of them, we can get you a special upgrade. If you want to know those details, then please send me an email, ariel@geniusbiofeedback.com. Some people just want all the libraries, and we do have exceptional discounts for people who want to upgrade their packages. So please ask us about that. Okay, now hopefully I didn't confuse you too much. You can go to our events calendar, go to geniusbiofeedback.com and go to the events calendar to see all of the Black Friday events. All right. Now, once again, I just want to remind you, when people ask you, how does the Genius work? What does the Genius do? We want to remember 3 words: scan, discover, and relax. And we are going to be talking about the aura in just a moment. And I would love you to volunteer. So just go ahead and volunteer, put your date of birth if you'd like me to scan your aura. And we'll do a quick before and after aura by adding in a few frequencies, and we can talk about the meaning of the aura. Okay, I just want to remind you that when you talk about the Genius, you can use scan, discover, and relax. So you scan the person, right? It's a scanning software. It's a proprietary way to evaluate the frequency through somebody's voice. Then you can discover, you can know just about anything about that person, depending on what libraries you have to be able to scan. So things that are mental, physical, emotional. And we never call it a diagnosis, but we know from past experience how much it matches to that person's personal journey and experience. And it's so fun to see that with your Genius. So we scan, we discover, we raise our awareness because we need awareness before we can take action. And then we relax. We use the incredible frequencies of the Genius to bring us into coherence. We entrain those frequencies into our being in order to experience more harmony and balance. So what does the Genius do? Scan, discover, relax. Does 3 things. Okay, we talked about these. I really hope you'll join me for the classes this week. And today we're going to talk about understanding the aura. That's why you came today. So thank you for being here. Now, the aura is mysterious. The aura is something that people always wonder about. The aura is something that people are compelled by. And it's one of the most sort of marketable things about your genius, because you can say, hey, would you like an aura scan? And that really gets people excited. They've seen it before, they understand it. And also it's visual. People really like visual things. So now when we're talking about the aura that we currently have, and I'm only going to focus on the main aura, which is, I call it the egg aura. So that's what we're going to focus on today, because we really don't want to really confuse the issue. So let's talk about the current aura that we have. Again, welcome everybody. If you want an aura scan, put your date of birth. We'll try to do as many as we can here. So what we're going to talk today really is about some of the layers, and we're going to connect those layers to the layers that you're seeing in the aura. And then we'll also connect that to some of the patterns that you see with the aura that you're seeing. Now, I've always said it's not really an aura program. It's really just to get a quick sort of analysis of before and after. But all that being said, let's take a deeper dive into auras and then connect them with the Genius Aura Scan so that you can tell your clients more pertinent information and really, dazzle them with your understanding of the aura and what you're seeing. All right. So every living being has a life force containment field called an aura. So there's this energy that actually can be visualized. A lot of times it's visualized by psychics. Now, technically, in a technological world, it's been visualized by Kirlian photography. So the energy field has about 7 layers, which is made up of white light and all the colors of the spectrum. The auric field, has the radiance of the soul is expressed through the auric field. So often, I think as human beings, and being very intuitive, a lot of us in energy healing, we feel a sort of that energy field even when we come into a presence with someone. So we're already feeling like the vibration or the aura or the blockages, and then we begin to see them in the aura that we take that beginning aura picture. Okay, the aura is the radiation or the emanation of energy as it is contained in each body. And it grows in strength and size and expands fields and layers around the auric field according to the individual development. So a lot of your thoughts, things that you're doing, things that you're saying, meditation, spiritual work, these things are all changing the aura. And they say that like enlightened beings, people who meditate a lot, that their auric field really expands out further. And also you see different colors in their aura, more of the pinks and the white colors as that 7th chakra is really open. Okay, as you're looking at any aura, and as a clairvoyant would look at the aura, too much stress can cause the aura to wear thin and crack. And so you could see that in the auric field. We'll talk about that. Too much stress could cause the aura to become thick or hard or heavy. Now, the easiest way to really see is just looking, right? Just when you look, what sense do you get? What sensation do you get when you look at these auras? When you look at brown, you're not thinking that everything is totally clear and happy. Immediately the black, the brown, the gray, you're getting the feeling there's some type of pain, there's some type of blockage, there's some type of emotional issue. And so go with your gut. Your gut is really telling you, picture's worth 1,000 words. You're really seeing in the aura, like this is much more what we're looking at right now is going to tend to be a beginning aura versus an after aura. Okay, too much sadness, when people really have a lot of grief, can cause the aura to become too porous and to the point where it leaks like a sponge. And we've seen some of that leaky energy kind of at the top of the aura that we're going to talk about. But all of that extreme emotion kind of makes people more vulnerable energetically. And so you can even see that in the aura, with the aura being so porous, being leaky. So we need to learn to manage, not suppress, but manage our emotions through cognition, through thinking through the different words that we're saying, what we're telling ourselves about that particular situation. Okay. And you're welcome to put your questions into the chat or into the Q&A. They don't have to be related to the aura. I'll answer any questions about the genius. When you're sharing about the genius, please let them know, like, this is a very high touch engagement where you can come and hang out and ask your questions each and every week with somebody who's live. You know, we really appreciate that. We really relish being able to do that and continue to have this live connection to the genius in an ongoing way. So your aura continuously changes colors in response to emotions. We are emotional beings. So much of what we're experiencing physically, and especially with dis-ease, is based on emotions that have not been expressed in some way, that have been pushed down, or we've not really processed them in a significant way. Response to thoughts as well. So think, you know, when you're thinking positively, all these words are energy. You know, words are energy, words are real. As a man thinketh, so he becomes. We're the only ones, if you look around planet Earth, okay? Look around, take a look, see what's going on. We're actually the only creature on this earth, right, that has the ability to speak. And this has to do with our ability to bring things into manifestation, this ability to speak and also to express free will. Sympathy, empathy, jealousy, joy, anger, and depression can all be seen in some way in the aura. So you want to think about emotions also when you're looking at the aura. What kind of emotional state is this person in? And how is it matching their aura? Or could there be hidden emotions that are being expressed through the aura that they're not verbalizing at this time? So even in the aura that we're looking at, we do see this beautiful pink energy, but we see kind of a heavy green energy. So what is that about? That there's maybe something there. There's maybe some emotions there to talk about. All right, so the etheric body. So now we're going to start with the layers of the body. So this is according to the study of auras. Okay, they have different layers. So your etheric body is the one closest to the body. All right, it connects inwardly to the first or root chakra. You have 7 chakras. The chakras have been scientifically studied through different research experiments to actually be generating energy. And this is a Korean scientist who studied the actual chakras themselves and found that they were literally emanating certain frequencies. And so the etheric body is connected to the first chakra, which has to do with survival, which has to do with physical ailments or being grounded, just really being in a grounded energy. So first chakra, very powerful, having to do with the physical body. The etheric body is attached to organs, glands, the physical body. So read the innermost layer that you're seeing, right, as being related to the physical issue. Now, it might be the first couple of layers because the genius is not exactly correlated, but for this purpose of discussion, we'll try to correlate as tightly as we can with the discussion of the layers. So let's just roll with it. This layer then would be representative of the etheric body. So in this particular case, we would be thinking about what is green associated with. So if we go to our color chart, right, studying the different colors and how they relate to the chakras, then this would be related to the 4th chakra. So it's a little bit dark. So if it's dark, the heart chakra, is there a blockage? Is there a sadness? Is there a grief? Something, is there a physical ailment to do with the heart? What's going on with it? So that's how we could get our cue and how we could interpret it. So the etheric body. Then the second layer out. So if this is the etheric body, then the second layer would be here. So this emotional body here is looking kind of brown, looking kind of gray, looking maybe even a little bit of black energy. So this connects to the second chakra to do with sexuality, that has to do with creativity. My microphone is switching back and forth here. I apologize. So muddy colors might mean stress or trauma. So this is a good example for that. If it appears thick and dense, it may mean prolonged periods of emotional distress. And then resolution of the emotional issue when the colors are bright and crisp, which we know happens a lot after a session. And if it's not bright and crisp by the time you've run your frequencies, then go ahead and run some solfeggios up in the quick zap, and usually that tends to brighten everything up very, very quickly. It may be a good time when you see this emotional layer, the second layer being very brown or gray, distressed in some way, to run the emotions panel, the flower essences, or even solfeggio tones. Now the mental body is the third layer. So let's count out 1, 2, 3. So the mental layer is being shown here. 1, 2, 3. So there's that mental body or third layer. Now the mental body connects to the solar chakra, or the seat is called the seat of the will. So your third chakra is all about what your power, and there's a lot of digestive organs in this area as well. And part of our brain, it turns out that part of the central nervous system tissue, the brain tissue, something very similar has been found in the gut. So when we say, what's your gut feeling, your physical body is perceiving through that area, is actually perceiving knowledge, is perceiving something about the world from our gut experience, from that solar chakra experience. So your gut reaction to things, very important. We want to honor that. And this is also, the mental body is where thoughts and ideas originate. And then the thoughts that we have are filtered through the higher mind, through the mental layer, and then delivered. So not just any thoughts. As you have all these things coming in, it actually has a filtration process. Isn't that interesting? They're filtered through the higher mind and through the mental layer, and then delivered into the solar plexus and the third, which is the third chakra, to be processed. So kind of cool to think about. So in this case, our mental layer would be that blue. So maybe the mental layer is connected in some way to communication, to the throat chakra, to wanting to communicate thoughts more authentically, more precisely, more truthfully in some ways. And the astral body is the fourth layer. So let's count out 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's going to be our fourth layer. That's going to represent, in this particular aura, the astral body, a connective bridge that carries energy from the higher planes of existence and delivers it to the lower 4 layers of mental, emotional, physical, spiritual body. That's probably there. The function of the astral body is to connect with the heart chakra. Here it delivers pure and vibrational energy of life from the spiritual plane into the heart chakra. So astral body is going to be very connected to the heart chakra. And so as you work on your astral body by doing heart-centered meditation, you can really heal that astral body. You can really expand that astral body. And now you can check to see if it's out of balance in some way. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's looking really good for connections with the astral body about the heart, because you see that really high vibrational color. This particular color is sort of associated with the 7th chakra as well, but here it is sitting in the 4th layer, and it tells us that the astral body is actually pretty clear because it's a nice bright energy. It's a nice bright kind of higher vibrational color. And then we have the etheric template of the body. This is really interesting. It's something would be really wonderful to work on with your genius. Let's count out now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here is the etheric template of the body, the 5th layer. This is a template of how our body was meant to be at optimal functioning. So that's something to really think about, is sort of holding that concept of the etheric template and wanting it to go back to its original form. What people often see, people who are clairvoyant, who, if somebody passes over and they're transitioning, right, from this world to another, and a clairvoyant sees it, sometimes they see that person, oh my gosh, all of a sudden they perceive that person's energy back in their 20s or their 30s, or they even see like a vision of that. And so that is that person's etheric template that they're looking at. It's sort of your own perfection, all of your organs and glands vibrating at their perfect home frequency. Well, that really makes you think, well, if returning to my etheric template is sort of anti-aging, reversing the aging process, could I entrain or focus on frequencies which are the optimal frequencies for my liver, for my kidney, for my stomach? Yes, That is definitely a great approach to take. And it gives you clues about what you could focus on in the Genius. And specifically, there's a solfeggio for that, which is 285 hertz, which is designed to take tissue back to its original home frequency. And so that's just really fun, something to play with and wonder about, putting this etheric template back to its perfected form. And as you become one with that frequency, then your whole being begins to morph and change and align itself with that particular frequency. So focus on aligning yourself to the original etheric template in order to entrain frequencies associated with it, like 285 hertz, to possibly slow the aging process. The etheric template is associated with our throat chakra, our fifth chakra, and with our power of speech. The power of speech, as I said, is unique to humans. This gives us the ability to manifest what we speak, so we become. So be very deliberate about your words. Your words are energy. Your words are manifestation. Every single word, even the thoughts that you're thinking, you want to become more vigilant and more aware as they start to sort of just percolate up, that you begin to change them in a way that you want them to manifest. So everything that you're saying, you want to sort of stop for a moment and consider the speech. And as you say, I can't do it, I'll never be able to do it, you probably have found yourself over time, well, wait a second, is that what I really want to say? Or can I do it? Is that what I want to put out into the world? And that's a great time of awakening. Now, the celestial body, which is the sixth layer, is very light and ethereal. It is focused on the spiritual realms. And of course, it's associated with the third eye, right? Because you're going up to the sixth chakra associated with the pineal gland. Meditation and spiritual practice helps to work on the celestial body layer and expand our natural intuition. And the final or seventh layer, of course, is associated with the seventh chakra. When it's fully opened, the energy emitted creates a gold and silver light. So if you've ever seen any of the pictures of the ascended masters and there's a huge halo around them, that is representing the etheric body. And so you could really focus on each one of these layers and focus on clearing them or bringing them up or healing them in some significant way. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Genius auras, then we'll get to some of your comments and we'll be able to test some of the auras. I'm going to use my Pro today because it's a little bit easier for me to take pictures, and it's fun just to see different devices on the Genius. So I'm going to use my iPad Pro today if it is cooperating. Oh, goodness gracious. Come on now. And let's go ahead and see what we've got here. Okay, Genius auras. So if you go to geniusbiofeedback.com and click on the Learn menu, go to the blog that we have on the page, and this document about the auras is available there for you to download. Okay, so the new aura function, which isn't so new anymore, but we had a switch maybe 9 months to a year ago, and it's really a cool new aura function. It took a while to get used to it. I'm not going to be discussing the old aura function today, although that's something that you could explore within the Genius. I'm just going to be talking about this because that's really enough for one class. So the Genius aura function is rich with many colors and shades, which makes it really cool. And your clients and family and friends really, really like this aura. We're looking for the transformation from one aura before we run frequencies. And then after we run frequencies, it gives you a progressed aura. Now, this is a mathematical calculation based on probability. So there's a complex calculation that says if you run Solfeggio 528 for 1 minute and you run the golden ratio for 3 minutes, then we predict the aura will look like this. Now, you might be like, oh, prediction, how could that? What is that, like a psychic prediction? It's very much based on mathematical calculation, and it's pretty spot on. Anytime that we've run the aura, we really do see it reflected, makes sense what we come to with the aura over time. Many of you have seen me do before and after auras maybe hundreds of times, and that before and after aura really usually does make sense for that person that we're testing. So you can send these aura to your client through the mail function. You might want to send it to yourself first and then put them together in a collective email and say, hey, I really enjoyed working with you today, and here's your before aura. We then ran these frequencies, and here's your after aura, and maybe you'll send them some frequencies in the quantum capsule as well. All right, so in the beginning aura, you might see black or gray or brown around the edges. This represents pain, blocked emotions, or other issues. Then you can run genius frequencies to clear the issues, and then you see the difference in the after aura. It's sort of as simple as that. You might see things like our mixed color ring, where you see rings that are not completely filled in with color, or you may see rings that are fuzzy or well-defined. Check the top of the aura to see if it's completely closed. And we're going to talk about this more in just a minute here. So yeah, so if it's not closed, like here you can see it's very open, that it may represent what we call leaking energy. So when someone is upset with another person, worried about a loved one, or simply stuck in a negative and draining cycle, so this would be like, somebody who's very critical of another person. I'll never forgive them for this. I can't believe they're so selfish, or they did this to me. That person is just going to be a little like leaking energy auric field, because they're sending all of their other energy to that person that they feel is confounding them, frustrating them, cheating them. We have to find the answers within ourselves. We have to find the resolution within ourselves. And then we become that better at containing that energy, which is what the aura is, right? It's the containment of our personal energy. And here it's too open. So there's a lot of energy going out. All right, so what color is at the center, right? This is associated with the etheric layer, and it's likely to be the physical issue that they're dealing with today. So you can use that as a starting point for your case. So whatever that inner layer is going to be very much associated with their particular issue that they're dealing with. All right, so let's do some testing of the aura, and then we can get a little bit more into this, and then you can also read that document that I've shared. Now you can ask your questions about the aura, and we're going to do some testing of the aura as well. Let's see some of your other questions. Oh. All right. All right. So first there was a can't hear you. So you said the first layer is etheric. Yes, the first layer is etheric. I apologize if I didn't say that correctly, but the first layer is the etheric layer. Didn't I not say that? All right, so let's go to some of your other comments and questions. People have sent their date of birth, which is great. And Lisa, thank you so much, and happy Thanksgiving to you, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Thank you so much. We're going to get into the testing. So thank you for everybody for contributing your name. We're going to get into that in just a moment. I don't see the special events for this week on the calendar. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, by the time this is sort of over, give me about 30 minutes and I will get them posted, and we'll get an email out as well. Actually, the email, if you check the email in your inbox, if you do get my emails, check your spam or promotions. Go into there, pull it into your regular email and out of promotion so you get it on a regular basis. And all the Zoom links are in the email that I sent out this morning. I use the aura all the time to help discern which frequencies I want to run. I love it, says Nancy. That's great. Are the aura changes in real time on screen without rescan, says Hannah? Yes, Hannah, that's what I talked about with the, it's a prediction model algorithm. Do you have a PDF with this information on it? Yes, geniusbiofeedback.com. Go to the Learn menu, click on our blog, and you'll see the handout for today. I might sign in again. Battery running out. Is this available on a recording? It sure is. Go and please join and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Even get notifications for any spontaneous live streams. Does it matter if the rings are thick or thin? That is such a good question. So I would go back and I would review the layers, and I would look and see which layer, like how thick or thin is the layer, and that could relate to where that person is around that particular layer, the chakra. Maybe it's too deficient. Maybe there's not enough energy there. So that's a really good question. I can't find tomorrow's to event on the, okay, look at my email. I was hoping my assistant would get that up and running on the events calendar. If it's not there, it'll be there in the next hour for sure. You said the first was etheric. Oh yeah. That, Ruth, you nailed it. Yeah. So the etheric layer is different from the etheric template. The first one is your etheric body. And that's related to your physical body. But if you go all the way out, you can see your etheric template. That's a good distinction. And your etheric template is more like it's like your DNA. It's like your energetic DNA. It's the template which you want to really realign yourself with. As we get gray hair and, little bulging belly and things like that, that is a deviation from our etheric template, to give you an idea. Okay, thank you very much, Jennifer, for asking me to clarify that. All right. In Progressive Insights, it will say that they've achieved a good result percentage, but the aura can still look muddy. Why is that? That's a pretty decent question there. In Progressive Insights, it will say that they've achieved a good result percentage, but the aura can still look muddy. Well, the two things don't have to be equivalent. The Progressive Insights is really showing, have they made a little bit of a change in their energy field with those frequencies? And so, yes, they've made a change. But does it mean that they're done balancing? Not really. They're still, they could still have a far way to go, but it's really a prompt for you to be done with that particular set of frequencies and maybe do a rescan or add in some other frequencies and continue to monitor the aura. Okay, you got some information about hands of light. What is pathogen in today's stress identifying? Okay, Rachel, this is a very good question. So going to today's stress, there's things in the today's stress panel, which is in the system overview, which is like bacteria, virus, fungus, and there's one that just says pathogens. So in medical language, we understand pathogens as being potentially anything that could be infectious. So pathogens is an umbrella term for bacteria, fungus, virus, Lyme. So they're all encompassing. Now, what you see in the system overview is something that is a series of really powerful frequencies that are kind of known throughout the quantum biofeedback world that were used in the development of the genius. That is to say, there's probably about 30 frequencies that are sort of together in that pathogens frequency, but pathogens basically means a combination of, it could be any of those pathogens that I've named. That's a very good question. How does the ancestral patterns show up in the aura? Which layer should we be looking at? Sally, I'm not sure. I'll have to really think about that. The ancestral patterns in the aura. I'm not sure that our aura function will reveal energy from the ancestral patterns in the aura. If anybody has any ideas, I'm certainly open to that. Okay, so is there a layer that relates to the crown chakra? Yes, we talked about that. You may have just put that in. But yes, it's the, let's go back here and go back to this right here. So it's actually the etheric body or the seventh layer. So you could count out 7 rings within the aura function, and that is going to be related to the 7th chakra. A good reference for learning, okay, thank you very much. When doing a scan, the aura comes up being red some days and yellow other days. Why? Yeah, your aura is going to always change. I don't know if you're saying, oh, the aura itself comes up red and some days yellow. I understand what you're saying. It's never been super clear why the aura is actually tested in the number scanning part. And you could interpret that as it's really important to look at the aura. Or you could even take the frequency of the aura, like you could just pull down the aura into the tray and balance it. But I don't have really a clear delineation of why that is, because as you can see, the aura is not a listed set of frequencies. The aura is just a picture. So I really just disregard whether it's high, low, red, blue, green, or yellow. And just like everything else in your energy field changes, of course, that would change with each scan. All right, so let's go ahead and test some auras, and let's, we go from the person who volunteered right at the tippy top. So Jennifer, let's talk with you and see how you're doing. Let's test some auras and let's talk about them. So I'm gonna test, hopefully, from my iPad Pro that I have here. And of course you can test with any Apple device or any Android tablet. Now, there may be some tablets which are like Chromebooks that you may be able to test with. And that is just going to vary. We might be able to give you some ideas, or you might have to sort of borrow that tablet, i.e. maybe purchase it on a 2-week where they'll return it. You can return it within 14 days, maybe Amazon. And then you just try to load it onto like a Chromebook. We found that Lenovo Chromebooks we've had good luck with, but not every, which is like sort of like more like a laptop. So you have to sort of just find the right model. But Lenovo has been pretty reliable. If you want to run it on actual sort of a computer per se, it would be like a Chromebook. Or you can run it on a Mac, any Mac that has an M1 or M2 chip, you can run it on. So I'm just trying to get the date in here. And okay, so we're going to go with Jennifer in just a moment here. So let's see if we can bring her up here and talk with her as far as being a panelist. So let's see if we can bring her up here. And then I'm going to see if I can get my device to cooperate, because we have actually been showing the Genius from my computer, like just from my computer. It's been loaded onto my Mac, which is like a Mac Mini. And I've just been going from that. And we're actually going to have to lower that view a little bit here. So you can see this is actually on my computer, but I'm going to see if I can actually bring up the one on my Pro here. And that's just because the picture issue is a little bit different with my Pro. It's a little bit easier, hopefully, if we can get this to work here. All right, so, oh, Jennifer, so good to have you. Okay, now I may have to unmute you, so let me just have a little bit of a moment here to do that. Okay, Jennifer, how are you?
How are you?
Good, and it's so good to have you with us live. You pointed out a really good distinction there between the etheric body at the first layer and then the other one that we were talking to, which is the etheric template. So that was a great opportunity to make that distinction.
Well, I went and bought a book on aura, or on your auras just so I can understand. And so when I was following along in the book, the first one was the etheric, then the emotional, mental, astral, and I was following along. But then the number 5, you said etheric, and I'm like, but you said that for number 1, so that's why I was just a
Of
little
course, now it makes
confused.
sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Absolutely. It makes a lot of sense.
I don't want to type a whole story
No, it's
as I'm
totally fine.
typing real fast.
No,
Yeah.
you're totally fine. Okay, and how are you doing with your Genius? Are things going well?
Yes, I'm so excited to send it out to everybody because I'm on Practice Better, so I'm going to, once I get more confident using it, which I am, and I wanted to share with everyone. The other day I had to go get one of those deep cleaning on my gums because it's been a couple years, couldn't
Uh-huh.
get to a dentist, yada yada, excuses. Anyway, so when I was running the frequencies on myself, the Young Living Thieves oil and the mouthwash and all of that kept coming up. And I'm like, yes,
Wow.
I need those frequencies. I need those before I go into the dentist to have it actually done. So I just want to let everyone know on how it just picked up on that frequency of what was going on in my mouth.
That is amazing. That's fun. That's part of the discovery process. That's so cool. Okay,
And I'm looking
fantastic.
forward to, yeah, because I just upgraded. So I'm looking forward to getting my remedy plate. And I'm so glad that you're going to have a discussion on this on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that.
No, that's absolutely fantastic. Woohoo! I love it. Great. All right, let's go ahead and record your voice. I will count you down here and I'll start recording in 3, 2, 1. I'm recording.
AEIOU Jennifer Rasmussen. AEIOU sometimes Y Jennifer Rasmussen. AEIOU Jennifer. AEIOU. AEIOU. AE.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now I can get the picture because I have it on my Pro here. Let's see if I can arrange for that. Give me a moment here. Ba, ba, ba. Move some things around. Okay, we're going to get the analysis of the voice. I love it. Now let's see if we can do this. Get a picture here. There we go. So awesome. So quick smile from you. Okay, that's so much better. Glad that we're getting that picture in there. So I'm just using this, like I said, on my
I'm going to be
Pro
curious
and
to
then
see
broadcasting
because
it. Oh, go right
I
ahead.
just did I just did a scan right before the your lecture here. So, and I still have it up on my iPad. So I'm going to take a look at it because mine was all green. It was so vivid green. So all the layers were green. And so I'm curious to see if you'll have the same color.
Well, remember when one person is looking and you're looking at yourself, it's going to be different when two people are looking together. Oh, and I shouldn't have done this because now it's crashing on me. What a bummer. Okay, let me just go ahead and continue with the, I should have continued with the current results here. Load with the current results. See if it'll do that. No record found because we just popped out of it. Okay, just go ahead one more time with the AEIOU. Let's try it one more time.
AEIOU and sometimes Y, Jennifer Rasmussen. AEIOU and sometimes Y, Jennifer Rasmussen. AEIOU. Looking forward to receiving my auras. AE.
Okay, so I'm going to do this a little different this time just because I don't know if these media are going to cooperate with each other. I'm left at the same place I was before. Well, the good news is that your algorithm from your voice is 86% of the scan. So I'm going to actually just skip that. Oh, it did keep the picture anyway. Let's see if this will cooperate this time. Please cooperate. Hold that energy. But yeah, it differs when you're testing yourself versus when two people come together and somebody's testing you. And that's, as you go into, we have our Genius Community page, which is Genius Community Connect. Anybody can join that. We can get that link in the email today, and people talk to each other. You can grab a testing buddy and say, exchange a session with someone, because it's really different when somebody's scanning you versus scanning yourself. And it's nice every now and again to have somebody do a scan for you and you do a practice scan also for someone else. Do you know what I mean?
That makes perfect sense.
All right. And let's go ahead and we'll see what the aura looks like here. It does seem to have increased in the time that it takes to do the aura. It's pretty funny. I guess it's at like 15 seconds. All right. So really, really, wow, what a vibrant aura. So let's hide the avatar here so we can look at the whole aura. I'm still clicking on I have to click on my actual device. Okay. So there we go. So let's actually move this over. Wow, it's interesting because the center is like a black color or a gray color. That's fascinating. There's no judgment to the aura. It is what it is. And there's no perfection behind it either. Like, this is not a perfected, remember I said, this isn't like an aura testing software that stands on its own. But how's your general energy? Are you having lots of physical energy these days?
Stress.
A little bit
A
of
lot of
stress?
stress.
A
Yeah.
lot of stress. Okay, so actually, I'm not happy that you're having stress, but it does actually align with what we're seeing there on the aura, which is interesting because that would be more representative of physical stress, because that first layer is going to be related to the physical body. So isn't that interesting?
Mhm.
Yeah. So let's see. So then the second one is the emotional. But the emotional is kind of calm and soothed. It is blue, which is connected. So emotional body or second layer is going to be related to second chakra, but the color is related to throat chakra. And it is sort of a turquoise type of a blue. So something to do with maybe this whole thing about being stressed out, maybe talking about it more can be helpful for you. And then it looks like the third layer in here, though this is a little hard to distinguish. I'm going to say that the second is actually a little bit of green is in there. I think that second layer, which is the emotional layer, is both that blue and also some of that green is incorporated into that layer. So maybe trying to bring in that healing energy. And then I would see that the third layer, which is the mental body, is more of that orange, that bright orange color. And then I would say, but it has this ring. I would say these layers are all connected. And I would say really the next discernible layer is, let's see, that is going to be your astral body. And that is a very beautiful color. It is a very bright sort of a purple pink color. That looks absolutely wonderful. So let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the fourth one, which is that fourth heart connected layer. And I really think it's a little bit hard to distinguish. This is probably the fifth one, which is the purple color, which is that etheric template one. And then we'd have to go out all the way out to the celestial body. So as we look at this aura, which is what is on the sort of the outer layer, I also don't interpret it exactly as the layers when we're looking at our aura function. And I also interpret the outer aura more of like static that can be cleared. And you'll often see this type of configuration on the aura. So I feel like this isn't really your true self, your true nature, but this is a manifestation of that stress, thoughts, maybe physical pain. There might even be a little bit of liver gallbladder incorporated here with that kind of pea color. So sometimes just doing a physical detox, probably after Thanksgiving, helps your whole emotional body, helps to purge, or maybe 24 hours before Thanksgiving, you can do like a master cleanse, like a mini cleanse or something like that. So that's way more interpreted.
I just got that in my library, was the 10-day cleanse and a 21-day cleanse. So when my husband and I went for our walk this morning, I go, we're going to do this either the first of the year or right after Thanksgiving.
Good for you. That is awesome. Good for you. Well, let's take a picture of it and I'll do a little bit of scanning. Let's do a quick scan. So let's think of what we could just give you guys to do as a quick scan. When we do a quick frequencies, you can always work from your quick zap, which is for a few focused frequencies. So let's actually go to our solfeggio tones and let's go ahead and bring everything up into the solfeggio tones. So I'm going to bring all my red, all my yellow, all my green, all my blue, and then I'm going to go to sacred geometry and I'm going to bring in the flower of life. Let's see if there's anything down here. Let's bring in the toroids. And let's bring in the golden ratio. And the 13 is a pretty good number, so I'll just go ahead and run those for a minute. And so we'd run those for a minute, and then we instantly want to see the post aura. Another thing that you could put into here would be like some flower essences. We do have like the living orchid essences, Alaskan flower essences. You could put in emotions. We have a lot of emotional libraries that you could put in here, like emotional reset. There's lots of different things, but mostly when you're trying to shape the aura, like to really bring it up, it's good to use things like solfeggio tones, things that are solutions, things that are very high vibrational. It's good just to use them. And this is just a short balancing. This is not a full balancing. And these are things that you could do at the end of a session as well. Do you have any favorites, frequencies you like to use to sort of lift up the vibration?
I like to manifest your dreams. I use that a lot. I'm now just learning now a little bit more on past lives, trying to clear some of those and cutting the cords.
Those are
I
great
always throw,
choices.
yeah, I always throw those in. And like you always said too, in one of your first videos, always include the emotional and your Bach flowers because
Those,
all disease starts on the emotional level.
absolutely. Okay, so here's the before. And so we did one of all the solfeggios and some of sacred geometry. And let's see if we have a difference in the 1 minute of running the frequencies. And then we'll see if we could do a few more auras and answer your questions as well. So let's see what we have here. It's always fun. It's a great day when you can test with your genius and see what's going on in the world. Wow. Look at how that 1 minute just lightened and brightened everything. That's a beautiful, beautiful. You're so responsive to the energies. Let's go ahead and hide the aura and let's go ahead and take a look at this. Oh my goodness. I mean, what a difference between one and the other, huh?
Yeah, in just a 1 minute.
And let's go ahead now. Let's go to the pictures here. And if we look at the before picture. Oh, I have to take a picture of the other one. I have to get used to this again. I'm sorry. Let me just go ahead and, okay, so here's our before. Oh no, that's not the before. Where is the before? I didn't take a picture of it. Okay. I'm really gonna have to get my act together with this switching my configuration here. So this is the after aura, and the before was, okay, here it is. Here's the before, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
before is here, and we
Mm-hmm.
took away the avatar. That's why I didn't recognize it. And then when we take this away, so I'm going to take this view away for a moment, and then we're going to go back to, no, we need it over here. We're going to go back to the actual genius in order to see this. By the end of the hour, I should actually have this figured out. In a couple of minutes here. Okay, please cooperate. Let's see. We're waiting for that reflector to come back on. Okay, so this was the beginning. And now what I need to do is not take the reflector off, but go back to the actual app. Very good. And here's the after. Wow, what a difference. So that for whatever happened with the physical body, it's interesting. It's still kind of like a little bit of a dull green in the center, but I would say that looks like stress relief to me. That's so much better. And all the aura, all the layers now are just a much brighter color. And that exterior part that I think can change quite a bit, and usually see it's sort of like static or stuff on the surface, really switched right over. What do you think, Jennifer?
Totally. I got rid of the black and now it's going into more of a color, the center, your first chakra,
Yeah,
which is good.
definitely.
Yeah, I still have that bright, bright green that comes up all the time when I do the colors, but I love how it's still on the rings and
Yeah,
you're counting now to try
yeah.
to do a picture. So
Yes, I
I'm
love
excited.
it. Yeah, that's great. Well, Jennifer, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're able to join us and take part in this today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all your hard work. We really appreciate you.
Oh, this is like a dream. This is a pleasure. And especially to see what you're doing with your genius now is awesome. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's move on. See if we can maybe do work with another person here before the hour. And while we're doing that, I'll read some of your comments because I know you did have quite a bit of comments here. So I know we had some other volunteers. So let's just go ahead and pull from up at the top here. So let's see, Charles, you want to jump on, Charles, and join us? You're welcome to do that. And I'm going to bring you up as a panelist, but if you for some reason you don't want to show your camera or whatever, you can let me know. So Charles, we're going to bring you up here to be part of class. And if you can't for some reason, you can let me know. But let's see if we can bring you up here and be part of our class today. And you guys might want to check the events calendar. I did send a message to my assistant. She may have posted those events on the calendar. So take a quick look at the events calendar and let me know if it's been posted. And let's see if we do have Charles there. Okay, fantastic. All right, Charles, hopefully you can join us here and we can talk with you a bit more. I just had to take the Genius offline just to enter a piece of information here about Charles joining us. Hey, Charles, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Oh, good. You can see me.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about when you got the Genius, how long you've been using it.
I think I've had it for about 2 years now. I'm enjoying it a lot. I use it almost every day,
Oh, that's
and
really cool. I love it.
it seems to help.
Fantastic. And can you think of one sort of way that you've had success with it, either with yourself or family or clients?
I don't know. I just feel like it's doing something good. It's
Fantastic. Well,
enjoyable.
that's all that we need. And have you yourself used the Aura function?
I look at it every day, and I have no clue.
I totally understand. Do you see any differences between the before and after Aura when you do that? Do you see sometimes, hey, that does look like there's a difference between the two?
Yes, yes. Usually the after is much brighter, and if it's not, I run the solfeggios and the no GAs, and for a minute or two, and that really clears things up.
I love it. Fantastic. Very, very cool. Well, let's go ahead and record your voice here. So I will start record so we can take a look at the aura. So I'll start recording your voice in 3, 2, 1, I'm recording.
A-E-I-O-U, Charles Liner. A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U.
Wonderful. That was perfect. I'm going to skip the picture part because I'm afraid it's going to crash me out, but I'm glad that we have your voice here. All right. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to look at an analysis of it. And what I'll let you do is just sit back and enjoy and relax. And I'll come back and talk with you in just a few minutes. Is that okay?
Sure, it's fine.
All right, thank you. Fantastic. I love that we're having our community join us today. It is always such a pleasure. And we'll probably do more of that on Thanksgiving morning. If you want to join us for the global healing, we'll probably invite a few people on just to participate. And we may do some individual scans as well. So be sure to join us on Thanksgiving Day for a couple hours in the morning. And we have other events going on. I think my assistant may have posted it to the events calendar. So check that out. geniusbiofeedback.com on the events calendar and see if we've got it there. And let's go ahead and look at Charles's aura and see what we've got in store here. We also want to get to some of your questions or comments, so let's go ahead and look at those as well. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. What is the link to for reading the auras? That's at geniusbiofeedback.com. Go to the blog. And from the blog, go to Learn, the Learn menu, and then go to the blog. And so Susie was nice enough to post it. Thank you so much. Can we not see the old aura? Yes, you can see the old aura if you want to, but as I said, I'm not covering that today, but you can go back and switch to the old aura. Can we not still see a date and time in the aura? That I don't know about. Did it used to show the date and time in the aura? I was not aware of that. We could always submit a bug report, which goes directly to our development team and say, gosh, it would really help me to have I know what I need to do here. It would really help me to have a date and time and let them get that feedback. So when you submit a bug report, you do want to be a little discriminating about what you send. Know that it takes some time to look at that. But if there's something you feel really strongly about, then just go ahead and go to the menu where it says bug report and send them that description. Deborah says, can you explain how the frequencies generated from our iPads and broadcast to the client? I have a possible client who needs to know before moving forward. That works through the broadcast capacity. There are certain algorithms in the Genius that are connected to the Schumann resonance. It's just something in the quantum biofeedback algorithm similar to scalar broadcasting that allows you to broadcast those out. Now that's something that we know about, and it's something called quantum entanglement. And so you can use quantum entanglement to really broadcast anything within the universe. Is possible to send things long distance. This also comes out of the field of radionics, which was designed to broadcast frequencies. And so what we're saying is that the Genius is created in a certain way that is able to broadcast those frequencies through its connection to the Schumann resonance, through proprietary algorithms that connect, that allow it to utilize that quantum entanglement principle and is able to reach people where they are. Now, Deborah, when somebody says to you, I must know how these are done, and I must have a scientifically research paper to explain that, I want to say to you two things. Number one, that might not be a person who is suitable for biofeedback therapy. And number two, that might be a better person to utilize a quanta capsule. So the quanta capsule is something they can have in front of them and is not being broadcast long distance, and they can push their own button and put their own headphones on and enjoy the balancing frequencies in person. It's more real to them, it's more physical, it's more visceral, and that might be a better solution for them. Please correlate how the color of the clothes you wear can affect your aura. That's an interesting question, interesting request. Rhonda says, I'm loving this class. Thank you so much, Rhonda. All right, so Ellen says, what does it mean when the oval shape of the aura turns into a circle shape? You know what? I've not seen that happen. you're saying that this in the middle turns into a circle? Now I think you're right. You do sometimes see that. I'm going to have to look more. I've never seen it, and I'd have to really think about why that happens. I'm not sure if it's a bug within the program or if it's meant to actually happen. Okay, so the first chakra, right, that etheric body chakra, it's a really interesting, very steady blue energy. So blue is going to have to do with the throat, going to have to do with speaking, going to have to do with thyroid, going to have to do with authentic communication. And then we've got that second emotional body, which is like almost like a bubble gum type of a pink. I mean, it looks pretty happy. Charles, I'm going to say like emotions pretty balanced according to what we're seeing here. We're going to bring you back on in just a moment here. But again, that outer aura is interesting. It's almost like a blood red. It reminds me of sort of like maybe stagnation within the blood circulation a little bit. Winter, colder weather can kind of bring that on. I know I already took a picture of this, but let's go ahead. Let's give the benefit to Charles of the same type of thing we just did. So let's bring in those solfeggio tones. And we're going to bring the reds, we're going to bring the yellows, we're going to bring in the greens, we're going to bring in the blues, and let's give him the same frequencies just so we can see what might be a little bit different. Well, let's maybe do not exactly the same. Let's do flower of life, and let's do some fractals. Let's do 3, and let's do the toroids again. So we've got 13 for a minute. You can see them in there, right? And then play those. And okay, I flush out the dark stagnant of the outer edge past the layer out back into the ethers. So Nancy, how do you do that? Do you mean you just run frequencies, or you're using your intention to do that? Do you have a little special secret up your sleeve? You can let me know. And once again, tomorrow is our Quanta Capsule class where we're going to give out special information to get special pricing, Black Friday, Quanta Capsule pricing, bringing it back to 2019 pricing. You're going to want to get the maximum Quanta Capsules you can because you're going to get such a great deal to give that to clients, to share that, or even sell it at the retail price of $65 and make a little markup on the sale of it, or just to give it away with a series or an agreement for a monthly session. But tomorrow we're going to have great fun talking about all things Quanta Capsule and how to really make the most out of your Quanta Capsule, but also to answer your questions about the Quanta Capsule. That's really interesting. He only went to 27% rectification with that. Let's just quickly see if there was anything else here. Marie says, is the target color of the layers to be the regular color of the corresponding chakra? You can see a lot of thoughts going through your head, Marie. That is, if the person is balanced, the etheric should be red. I don't perceive it as such. I perceive it more the quality of the colors, because the etheric issue may be whatever is truly up for them. We don't have to force them to come back to that sort of home color of the particular chakra. But that is a very incisive question. Okay, and then you kind of asked it again in the second one. Okay, got it. All right, so let's see if we get a little bit of a better rectification here. And then on Wednesday, we have our remedy plate party. We're going to be showing you all sorts of cool things to imprint, including little shungite powder-based patches, as well as some other water-based patches, as well as some, it's just, it never looks good in the because of the lighting. I'm going to have a different camera set up so we can see these guys. You can imprint these with your remedy plate, and they hold the charge, plus they have sacred geometry. And we'll talk about broadcasting with the plate as well. Let's go back and see if we can see a different aura here. And let's also bring back on Charles, if I can get my act together here with these. Okay, there we go. Bring Charles back on as well. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. All right, I like how it says, please be patient, because I do have to sort of be patient because it seems like it takes, I guess it's a 15-second count. It seems like about 15 seconds. All right, so let's see. Whoa, very interesting. So you see a lot of that stagnation fading away, but it's interesting. Let's go ahead and hide the avatar. Charles, what are some of do you have any thoughts about the different auras?
No, it's quite an impressive change.
And let's see. Oh, I was trying to, what just happened? Did it just change when I did that? to a different, wasn't it more red? Oh my God, what just happened? I didn't switch to the old aura. Let me just see this. Show the avatar. Maybe I switched to the old. It's not the old. And then let me just go back here. Let me just see if I got it in my, it seems like it changed another time from there as well. Did it just, all right, anyway, here is the original one, and then here is the second one. So here's the original one. So what did you think about the possible stagnation angle?
Well, I don't know. I've got a lot of health issues going on, and I'm working my way through them.
Okay, so perhaps that was related in some way. And let's go back here to the actual aura itself. So to do this, I'm going to do the correct thing this time. I'm going to go back to the actual genius. It's going to show me the genius, going to show me the aura. And then let's hide the avatar. Did I switch to the old? No, that's the old. Okay. Switch to the classic, remove the avatar. And then, okay, there we are. No, I think it did switch again when I did that. Probably somebody saying that it did. But anyway, whatever happened, it's interesting. Some of it is actually gone now to the center, what we had on the edges. And now we have on the edges, it's less of that heavy. Let me just see if I can take a picture of it so that I can better compare it from the pictures, which is going to go here. So let me just remove this one. It's quite confusing. So then we can just go here to here, from here to here. So yeah, I mean, a lot of that, whatever was the red, like here, which reminds me in Chinese medicine of more stagnated energy. You see the black on the ring, and then it's not there. And a lot of that heaviness, like it just is a lot lighter in this version of it. So it looks a lot better. It's just lighter and brighter. But it's interesting that it's switched in the physical from the blue throat chakra to actually this sort of heavy red. So what I suspect here is we need to go through several layers and several balancing. We'd want to extend the amount of balancing time to kind of get even that inner ring to kind of clear up to a brighter color. Yeah. Have you ever done castor oil packs?
I have, but they're kind of a mess.
They're what?
They're kind of a mess.
They're kind of a mess. And one thing that I've done is if you look up the sesame oil massage that you can do in Ayurvedic medicine, which is where you do a whole, like a body massage with sesame oil. Now that can be good on its own, but I've also gotten some of the benefits of castor oil, which tends to move the lymphatic system and help to remove stagnation by before you take a bath or before you take a shower, you actually put a little bit of the castor oil on the body. So you do a whole body covering, not a lot, not, but a little bit of the castor oil so it can help to move that lymphatic system. And then you actually sort of soapy suds, you get the castor oil off the body for the most part while you're in the shower or bath. Might be something to try and check out.
Thank you.
Oh, Charles, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. It's so nice to put a face with the name. So keep on balancing, and very happy Thanksgiving. And thank you for joining today.
Thank you. And happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Thank you. Wonderful. So nice. I just love our genius community. It's like just the coolest and so fun. Okay, so let's see some of your comments or questions here. And let's see what we've got. So, all right. I don't have any. Okay, I've had an aura change instantly when I removed the avatar. I saw the aura that you were looking at that you saw. Okay, so that needs to be a bug report reported to the developer. You guys, if you remove the avatar and the aura colors change, that really needs to be reported as a bug. Sometimes I've had that happen where the aura shifts twice in the after analysis. I think it's removing the aura, so I think we have to put in a bug report for that. I'm gonna do that in just a moment. That sounds like an excellent idea. Castor oil soak, then scrub the tub afterwards, of course. Okay, on my phone, the aura is always an egg shape, but it shows as round on your iPad. Is this an artifact of the display ratio? Where is it showing round? The aura is always I don't see where it's round on here. Man, I'm gonna have to have my eyes looked at. I don't see round here. Are you guys, when you see it on the webinar, are you seeing this as round? Please let me know if it looks more of a circle than an actual oval. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. We got the questions answered. And I go back to the aura scan sometimes and it does not allow for a rescan. That should not happen, as the parameters for the aura to change is just that you've run like one frequency for a minute, and it should allow you to rescan. If it doesn't allow you to rescan, delete the Genius completely, reinstall it. If that doesn't work, then submit a bug report. Okay, it's always oval on the iPad too. It's oval. Okay, you guys are seeing it. Okay, so I have a Queen of Thrones castor oil pack. Well, I'll have to check that out, Murray. I've never heard of that. It says that you skip all the mess. I'll definitely check that out. My Android, it's oval in the first 2 layers, and then it becomes more of a, it becomes more of a, it's still oval, but on my phone, the outer is much compressed as compared to your iPad. That, you're speaking my language, Charles, that I really understand. And I don't know what the rectification is for that, but I've actually seen that on my own iPhone. So it is something that the developer needs to think about with the different devices, because it is so compressed. And I think that that's what he was hoping to rectify by creating the hide avatar function. Because if you hide the avatar, it really shouldn't make a difference, but it could make a difference in terms of when you're looking at the layers and how big the layers are. You guys, please go to the events calendar at geniusbiofeedback.com or check the email from this morning in order to see when all of our events are, including tomorrow, Quanta Capsule class, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Wednesday, Remedy Plate Party. Learn about all the Remedy plates and get those Black Friday specials, 12 o'clock Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern. Then we're going to go a little bit earlier on Thanksgiving morning. We're going to do a Genius Global Healing. When I have I think it's going to be 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern. I will have the Zoom link for you soon. Keep going to our events calendar at geniusbiofeedback.com. Go to the Learn menu at geniusbiofeedback.com in order to download this, the handout for today. We'll be back next week, but I hope to see you in between, and also have a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving. All right. Hope to see you soon.